What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today I'm going to showcase one of my favorite cores in the Go Battle League right now, and that is Shadow Malamar plus Corviknight. These two pair together so well, and they're pretty flexible Pokemon at that, so this duo, against almost anything you might see, will have some flexible play. There's always ways to RPS these Pokemon, right? But I think these Pokemon together are some of the most flexible that you can really go for right now in the Go Battle League, and Licky on the team too for that added flexibility and extra bulk is such a nice option. Real quick though, before we get into the battles, I do want to ask if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into the battles and see what this team can do. Alright, we got our first opponent with this team, Corviknight into Morpeko. Now, Morpeko is what is known as a little bit of a core breaker for the team. One thing that I like, though, is being lucky. So, I'm just going to go for Air Cutter and get the boost. The main thing about this is, if I whittle this down, it can't destroy my entire team, right? Because Sand Attack is super effective. Air Cutter outpaces the Aura Wheels. He did not get lucky. But, like, look how much HP we've taken away from them already. They're at 7. They could go for a Psychic Fang's bait, but I don't think they're going to get to a third move anyway. Yeah, so they just go straight for the Aura Wheel to guarantee a shield or a knockout. I think, like, this is crazy, but I think I might just go for, like, a 2-shield farm down without throwing another move here. Okay, they actually switch out. 13. What do I want to do? I think I need to save my Corviknight, right? Because honestly, Corviknight is my ticket through Morpeko. Okay. This game's gonna get so weird. I don't know what's gonna happen. We end up forcing him to go for, like, paybacks into us, which is nice. Or Air Cutter, I guess? Kind of surprised with the Air... Oh, well... You know, if they get the boost, like, that's actually a really skilled play. I should have done that myself against Morpeko, not gonna lie. The boost is going to help him out quite a bit here, because now Payback plus the next Air Cutter is enough to KO us, which is a little bit scary. But, you know, these things happen. Sometimes you're just in such a bad spot that sometimes you have to have even worse things happen, just to really put into perspective how bad things can get in the Go Battle League. Like, what if that happens? What if they just get the next Air Cutter off, too? And thanks to the boost, it's enough to knock out. It would have been so nice to get that farm down there, because, like, now if they save their Morpeko, oh boy. Maybe there's still some play here this game. It's hard to say. Because I have some energy on my Corviknight. I don't know how this is going to play out. Is there any chance that I win this? Or, I mean, I guess I can hope they Seed Bomb bait. They don't. That's a smart Shadow Ball. Yeah, that's probably game over. Unless I sneak this through the shield. If they go for a no shield here, I could win this game. I might be able to farm everything down now. Hold on. Hold on. We'll see. If I can Sand Attack this down, I win. I know this is just a Psychic Fangs, but, like, if I no shield that, I might just get farmed down. Oh, actually, it's an Aura Wheel. I think they should have Psychic Fangs. They're 4 away from the next move. Can Sand Attack do it? Sand Attack cannot, in fact, do it. But, like, if this is just a Psychic Fangs, maybe I survive it still? Oh, man, please tell me I survive this. Okay, I do have a Psychic Fangs come through, but I'm so low on HP. Their Corviknight might be low, but I think that I am lower. Oh, man, we almost came back from one of the worst imaginable positions. If my Licky survives the moves from the Corviknight, if they don't get that boost, I think I just win that game. All right. Well, let's hope for no more Morpekos, but honestly, I feel like we could have won that game despite how bad it was looking. We do see a Togekiss in the lead, and I don't have a hard answer to this on my team, but I'm also not necessarily weak to it. But Orisphere does do a lot of damage to everything that I have. I'm going to bait an Iron Head, because, you know, you never know what you see in the Go Battle League. I have seen people run Iron Head recently as a way to deal with Tinkaton a little bit better. So maybe it's not a bad play. They actually do no-shield that, which, you know, makes sense. Because if I have Iron Head, they still survive that move. Double Orisphere doesn't quite knock us out here in the zeros, which is good. But it does put us down pretty low. And if my Corviknight would be good in the backline, then they are doing a pretty good job at whittling me down and making it so it's not going to have anywhere near as much play as I'd like. I get a boost, that's great. Unfortunately for me, the boost does not matter at all here. I'm going to be so low that I'm not going to get anything in the next matchup. And also, an Air Cutter would have knocked out either way. We'll just go here for the Air Cutter now. If I can, I want to get a little bit of an undercharge so I can, like, maybe get some side waves on my Malamar. Maybe I overfarmed or overcharged too much. Oh, okay, I'm fine with that, honestly. Kind of surprised they shielded that. But I mean, I'm fine shielding myself here. That allows me to get a big energy lead on Malamar, or at least enough of an energy lead to guarantee that I outpace whatever they bring in. Regular Quagsire. 7. Okay. I mean, I'm glad I baited this out. Licky Licky is not amazing into Quagsire. Saying rollout is resistant. They're one away from back-to-back Aqua Tails, or they're at a Stone Edge now if they want to throw it. 8. Okay. Well, what did they throw? I would imagine back-to-back Aqua Tails is the best play they could go for. Well, they go for Stone Edge, so they're at 1. 3. CMP on the Aqua Tail just to get as much energy as possible here. Togekiss is still around, but it's pretty low on HP, so I think I can roll out it down with our Licky Licky. As long as the final Pokemon is something that Licky Licky has play into, I should be able to win. I might be able to reach a move depending on what's in the backline with my Malamar. Oh, I definitely can. Okay. Nice, we banked the energy there. And not only that, but we can get a full rollout down. Okay, this is looking all right for us. But, I mean, Diggersby is a good Pokemon into Licky Licky. But it is, I think, on Mudshot, right? They could get a debuff. But if they do get a debuff, you know, that's whatever. I'll deal with it. But they don't. And because this is Mudshot, they have less fast move pressure. I survived 2 Scorching Sands. And as long as I get the final shield, my Malamar finishes off this game. So I think 4 Body Slams is going to be the ticket for me. And I think there's no way I don't at least get 4 Body Slams. We get 2 before a potential debuff comes through once again. I think we're fine. I think Licky Licky is just a little bit too hard to take down for this Digger's Beam. You know, it could be on Hyper Beam. Should I ever be concerned about that? I'm not going to shield. I don't think they have it. Yeah. And I mean, sure, now they can Fire Punch us, but I don't think it matters. If they Fire Punch, they don't even have a chance at a debuff. And they need a debuff to be able to survive my next Body Slam. That's their only way they win this game. And honestly, even then, I don't think they would have it. Yeah, we have the back-to-back. We have a Body Slam here, and then we can combo play with Malamar, and we should just have this game. Man, that's actually, like, such a close matchup there. Togekiss is a very cool Pokemon. I love Togekiss. But the one thing that it doesn't like is, honestly, when it has to do 2 things in a game. It can either take out Corviknight, or it can take down Malamar. But once I was able to whittle down the Togekiss, my Malamar in the backline was looking so free. And calling the catch there, too, is huge. So, we'll take it. GG's. Next opponent. We will see Corviknight into Corsola. You know, I think I'm going to switch out here. I have ways to deal with Corsola all across the board. I just don't want to be in a spot where I'm in, like, the worst position I could be. Okay, well, we found a worse position than where we were at a second ago. But this is still fine, kind of. Oh, we get a shield? Weird, okay. Dude, this game's gonna get weird. I don't know. Because, like, the problem is, Rock Tomb is gonna hurt. I'm gonna shield this. I don't love shielding it, but I think I have to, just to guarantee that I'm not in a spot here where I have to start worrying about Sand Tombs being thrown. And it's not like I don't have a lot of play with my Licky Licky into that Corsola. I was hoping for no Fortress in the backline, if you didn't if you didn't know what I was doing there. It was a Fortress, though. Not the best thing that I could have seen. Oh, we lose CMP. I knew that. Why did I go for a CMP? Alright, Licky Licky, can you sweep a game, buddy? I don't know if you can. This game went from, like, kinda neutral to really bad so quickly. I don't really have a great answer to Bug Bite Fortress, though, on the backline, so it's like I kinda need to debate this out anyway. Okay. Let's go for an energy lead here. Oh, wait, my Malamar had nowhere to go in the back. What the heck? I kind of figured the way they were playing out this game, that they actually had, like, at least some sort of weakness back there to a Malamar. No, they were just building up energy. Yeah, this is looking like it's over, unfortunately. There's way too much for Licky Licky to do. Probably should have Body Slammed here before the Icy Wind, but I'm gonna be honest, I think this game has been lost the second that I swapped in my Malamar into the Fortress. I think 2 Body Slams still basically knockout, so it's like it doesn't matter that much that I did that. But it isn't great, obviously. Yeah, we just lose. We just lose because we're so bad. I don't think I'm bad. I think the team that I'm fighting here is terrible, and we should not be seeing it. Oh, and they save the Swift. I don't even get the farm down. If I got like a snipe down, like we still lose, but at least I feel better about myself. Next battle, hopefully no more no more terrible matchups. We actually do see a pretty bad lead though, because I wouldn't say Licky Licky wants to see this either, but maybe I can chip this down with my Malamar. Oh, this is actually amazing. Because as I learned a long time ago, Togekiss does not beat Shadow Malamar, and I can leverage my Malamar not only against Togekiss here, but hopefully as well against that Digger's Beam. So we'll see how they play this out. The bad thing is I do have to go down shields, but the good thing is, like, I don't think that matters too much. They have been pretty weak to Ice-type damage so far, right? It's been Diggersby plus Togekiss, which is like, I don't know, it's got to be like a steel in the back, right? But if it was like a Fortress, we would have seen that here. If it was Empoleon, I guess that would make sense why they didn't bring it in. They do shield that, okay. Fine by me. Now I just double shield farm down. And if Diggersby comes back in, I can at least strip them down a little bit. And like I can use my Diggersby there too, which isn't terrible. They do give us a full farm down, alright. Well, we'll see what comes in, because if it is the Diggersby, then I'm happy that Malamar is getting something done here. Probably should have gone for a superpower if I'm being honest, because they probably no-shield this, but we'll see. Yeah, they do let that go. Ooh, I was going to catch right at the next one. I guess they've realized that I was probably going to try to catch at some point, though, and they just wanted me to get knocked out. Makes sense. But now Licky Licky Corviknight have a lot of work to do. And they are staying in, which is kind of interesting. I'm just going to build up energy. I know they could get a debuff into us, but I don't care. I want to have energy just in case I need it for whatever their final Pokemon is. Scorching Sands is not quite a two-shot here. No debuff is really nice to see. And what I'm going to try to do, once again, is build up a little bit more energy so I can chip down the final Pokemon, whatever that is. This Body Slam puts him into Air Cutter range. So it's not like I necessarily am that scared of this Diggersby anymore. Not the best timing by them, but they do want to get their move off before I snap him down or before they have to shield. I honestly don't know if a Body Slam would have been enough to knock out from that range, so that's why I didn't throw it just yet. I have a lot of energy here. Let's see what they do. What's in the back? Please tell me it's playable. Please tell me I'm not playing this whole game for it to be like a freaking Ufisk in the back. I'm going to throw an alignment. I'm surprised they shielded that move, and I want to guarantee we get this attack off, so we make sure they stay in, we Body Slam, and now down goes... Oh, and they're at 1 HP. Oh, wow. I was not expecting a Pelipper in the back line. I figured the final Pokemon, whatever it was going to be like a nightmare scenario. Pelipper might just be like one of the best things I could see, because like not only do I have play here with my Licky Licky, but I have a lot of play with my Corviknight. They're one away from their next move. But I survived the Weather Balls. I survived 2 Weather Balls pretty easily. Corviknight's pretty strong at, you know, not getting one shot. Do I need to go for a payback here? I might have to, because I don't think an Air Cutter is quite enough to KO. I know their Switch Clock's not back up, and I know there's not really much reason to do anything other than payback at this point, so we'll guarantee the KO. And either Sand Attack down or Roll Out down that Diggersby. And despite a huge Core Breaker in the lead, it's just, they didn't have a Malamar answer, which is why it's one of my favorite Pokemon in the game. It's able to brute force through so many matchups that are not named Fortress. There we go. Love to see it. Alright, Corv into Cradilly. This is where the Iron Head tech would come in handy. Let's see if it's a good Cradilly. It actually is not. You can tell because look how much damage my fast moves are doing. That means I have the breakpoint here. And Sand Attack doing 2 damage instead of 1 is able to put in so much work in this spot. I could go for a payback, but they actually get a Rock Tomb off first if I go for that. So I think it's always the best play just to get a non-debuffed Air Cutter off first, no matter what. And now we can see what they want to do. Since they're going to Rock Tomb us here, it's obviously going to mean my attack is going to be lowered. My breakpoint is now not going to matter as much, but that's fine. Because it's going to guarantee still that we did as much damage as we could in that matchup before they debuffed us. Payback is going to do the most raw damage that I can throw. And we'll see if they go for a shield. No, they do let that go. 1, 2. Alright, they're 4 away from their next Rock Tomb. I don't think I could, like, swap out and Psywave down. If I could, I would do that, but since they overfarmed here, I think they might barely get another move. Okay. And I think Air Cutter, even at -2, should still be enough to knock out from this range. It's going to be, like, maybe kind of close, because, I mean, it's Air Cutter, right? Not the best move in the game. Oh, it actually doesn't knock out. Alright, Cradilly, whatever. At least I've neutralized a Pokemon that my Licky Licky really doesn't want to see. And giving Malamar even just a single Psywave head start is never a bad thing. We don't take the Acid, so that's good. What's in the back? Hopefully no Wigglytuff or Forretress. Okay. I mean, I get a guaranteed shield here with a Foul Play, at least. And then I can bring in my Licky Licky. And then Licky Licky should be able to make things annoying here, which I like. I'm going to do one Psywave swap and then go into my Licky Licky just to try to get a full rollout sneak if I can. Oh my goodness. Well, they... they kind of wanted that Cradilly for the Licky Licky, didn't they? They did not have a second answer. Okay, that's huge. I don't think there's much they can do this game. I just survive everything they throw here. This game's over. Yeah, okay. I mean, Licky Licky, sometimes you just get those matchups where it's just such a strong Pokemon in the backline. Oh, there we go, a 3-2 set. Yeah, we had a couple of, like, kind of rough matchups in that first set, but I love Malamar, right? It's a Pokemon that doesn't really matter if you're in a terrible spot, unless it's a Bug Bite Shadow Fortress. Normally, you're going to have some play with this team. Corviknight into Shadow Altaria, yikes. I mean, I don't love this, but honestly, Shadow Malamar normally is a pretty good safe swap into these teams because they have Steel types in the backline that just get outpaced by Malamar. So I can go for a play here where I try to CMP a Sky Attack. I can really desync the Switch Clocks, and if they let this go, they're going to be in range where just even an Air Cutter or a Body Slam could be enough to knock them out. And if they shield, which they do, then that means now I just have an energy lead on my Malamar if they swap out, and if they stay in, I just outpace and I Foul Play. What's in the back line? Tinkaton? Okay. Kind of surprised they took so long to come in here. Nine. Wait, can I switch? If I could swap right now, that would be juicy. That'd be so great. Alright, please tell me I can switch. Oh my goodness! I can swap. It says my Corviknight's attack and defense fell. I don't think it did. I think that's just a visual error. And we catch a Bulldoze, and they don't get the debuff. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have a great way to deal with Tinkaton in the backline, so I'm pretty happy we were able to neutralize a lot of this energy here with our Corviknight. And, like, sure, Gigaton Hammer is gonna hurt, but, I mean, they still need a Flamethrower from that Altaria to knock us out. And if they're gonna let us payback them, which I might have thrown on bad timing there, it's really hard to tell with those animations, but, like, either way, now this puts them into a range where my Malamar might even just Foul Play them to knock them out. And I think I survive a Gigaton Hammer. So, I mean, I'm gonna no-shield this, save the shield advantage for my backline, and hope that I can get another move off. Okay. In comes the Altaria. But, I mean, I still have my Corviknight, I still have a shield, and I still have my Licky Licky, and this is gonna do so much damage to them. If I just put them into a rollout downrange, because I don't think they can afford to try to Dragon Breath me down here. No, that's awesome. So I have a shield, I have an energy lead on Licky Licky, and I have a Corviknight that might be somewhat useful in the backline too. We always let this go. We come in Licky Licky. Obviously, I guess Corviknight's a little bit lower than I was giving it credit for. It's not going to do much. It could be a catch, I guess, later on, but that's about it. Or a way to clear a debuff. I suppose that could work too. They go for like a Bulldoze bait into us if they ever can. Okay. Let's just knock out the Tinkaton. I mean, sure, they make me waste some energy here, but I think that I just need 2 Shadow Balls to knock out the Quagsire, right? They're at 7, so they're at a Stone Edge or 1 away from back-to-back Aqua Tails, but I think they're going to need 3 attacks to knock us out here, like, plus the one that takes down the shield. Let's see what it does, though. Aqua Tail, okay. We survived that. If they have Mud Bomb, and like they Aqua Tail into Mud Bomb us here, then we lose. Aqua Tail. But they don't have a larger move than Aqua Tail just yet, so we Shadow Ball, we get the knockout. That was actually a little bit closer than I wanted it to be in the end game. I didn't quite have the count on the Tinkaton. Maybe I could have overfarmed a little bit more there and made it a little bit less close. But I mean, still, Licky Licky pulls out the end game, and we get the win. All right, next opponent. Corviknight into Shadow Mightyena. Okay. I don't have a great answer to this on my team. And I mean, Corviknight's probably one of the better things I could really have into it, saying Poison Fangs are less optimal to throw here than normal, being a steel type and all. And if I get rid of this, maybe there's a chance I have play in the back line with my Malamar, but I mean, there's a lot of things that could be in the back, and I think a lot of them are things that my Malamar probably still would not want to see. You know, Steelix or Wigglytuff or, you know, things like that. I'm going to shield this just in case it's a crunch. It is. Nice. They might switch. They don't. Okay. I could overfarm a little bit more here, but I just kind of want to guarantee that I land this attack. If I'm being completely honest, I need this Mightyena to be either, you know, using shields or, you know, gone. Okay. I could Air Cutter bait potentially, but I don't think that's the right play. I like going for the payback. Need to guarantee a shield or a lot of damage. We do get a shield. And we save some energy there. This game's gonna get weird, though. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love exactly where this is going, because now they can debuff my Licky Licky so much, and that Mightyena is also still around. And we have no idea what the final Pokemon's gonna be either. They have the Rock Tomb now. What's gonna happen? Oh, well, I wasn't really expecting the instant throw, but I guess that's a play they can go for. Does Malamar sweep this game? That's a big question. Whoa. They come in here and they instantly throw a move? I think I survive a Poison Fang if they go for that. Yeah, that's actually kind of big that they just went for that. I don't know if a -2 Body Slam knocks out. Honestly, I'm kind of fine if it doesn't. In fact, I'm going to undercharge a little bit here. And try to get an energy lead on my Malamar. 2 Psywaves is massive, because now I think I can outpace that Fortress to a move. But if it's just like a Wigglytuff in the back line, all of this might be for nothing. But if it's anything else, I would be happy. I hate that they're waiting. Azu, okay. How playable is this? I have no idea. I think it's like slightly playable, but it's still gonna be so awkward. I have a catch opportunity on my Corviknight. They instantly throw, okay. They're gonna make my life really annoying. I hate that. And they Ice Beam bait, makes sense. 3, so 4, I guess. They're, oh man. They're at the Ice Beam here after the next bubble. Do I call that they're gonna just instantly throw it? I do. Okay. Is there a chance now? I think there's a good chance we win this, because now they're going to be in foul play range before they get another Ice Beam off. They fully charge? Okay. I mean, we just go for this immediately. And I'm going to be honest, I don't remember how much energy the Fortress has. I'm just going to go Alignment Gaming Superpower, because I just want this thing gone, and I think they're in Superpower range. I think they're honestly 2 Volt Switches away from a move. So, like, I probably could have overfarmed, but I just think this knocks out. I want to play it safe, and we get the win. Dude, I hate Mightyena so much. I'm so happy whenever we can take down those teams. All right, next opponent. We'll see Corviknight into Wigglytuff. Okay. I don't have Iron Head here, but we resist Charm. It's not unplayable. We'll see what they want to do. They stay in. So, like, whenever I see a Wigglytuff stay in, I oftentimes think, do I get a catch now? I oftentimes think that in the back line, there's going to be something that's pretty weak to Corviknight as well. We'll see what they're going to do with that Wigglytuff, though. I got some Sand Attack chip damage, which actually puts him into triple Body Slam range, and I should be outside of triple Body Slam range myself. So I think we're still in a pretty good spot here. We win CMP too. That's nice. But maybe I should have gone for a payback. I was really hoping to get a catch, if I'm being honest. A catch on the Shadow Ball. Okay. What do they do? Body Slam once again. But yeah, I mean, unless they go for like a catch here, I should just be able to win CMP. And then knock out this thing, save my Corviknight, like save switch advantage rather, which should be pretty huge. Oh, they overfarm there. Weird. I thought they'd go for a move earlier, but maybe now they're going to try to shield. If they shield, do I shield? They just sacrifice Licky Licky. Okay, well, they get a bit of energy here, I guess, but honestly, this damage Licky Licky can get off into them is pretty nice. It's gonna allow me to probably just spam out air cutters and not even come close to getting knocked out on my Corviknight. Like, I know that matchup is a little bit awkward sometimes with Corvin to Wiggly, but it's mainly because Charm still adds up so much. It's not really because... Oh, nice, and it's a Diggersby, I guess, in the back. On Quick Attack, interesting. 8. I mean, they have to let this first one go, right? They know it's not a superpower, but if they let the first one go, I think I instantly win the game, so they also have to shield. Yeah, I think we're fine. Now Scythe puts them into Air Cutter range eventually. I don't necessarily need to shield this, so I guess I won't. Maybe I should have. But I just get to 2 moves anyway. They're at a Fire Punch right now, right? But they can't really Quick Attack me down, not before I get another move off. I just don't want to go down shields to that Wigglytuff. Yeah, we should be fine. They might swap at some point. Yep. And I think now that we save our Malamar, this is as good of a position as we could be in. I could have gone for an Air Cutter before this Icy Wind debuff, obviously. But, you know, I can only take what I can. I didn't exactly know when the timing was going to be there, because I just wanted to swap out immediately, save my Malamar. And we just start spamming out Air Cutters. And this gets very miserable for everyone if they want to play this out, because it's going to take so long of just spamming out really low damaging moves. I mean, I have to shield something this game, so I guess it might as well be this, because a Payback plus a Foul Play is all I need for the backline. Okay, I'll shield this. I guess you got me. I gotta use both my shields this game. But then I Payback, then I Foul Play, and then I Fast Move down, and I win. I guess they think there's still a shot here, but luckily there's not. Wiggly, Diggersby... What was the third? Licky Licky. Kind of an interesting team, I guess. Triple normal. Alright, well, GG's. Okay, next opponent. Corviknight into... Empoleon, okay. I don't hate this lead matchup, but Empoleon actually wins the zeros straight up, so it's always kind of a risky thing to go for the bait, and it's also risky to go for the nuke in the 2-shield matchup, so it really comes down to which shielding scenario I want to play for. And honestly, I think the zeros is what I'm going to go for. Like, if I lose the zeros, I think that's not as bad as if I lose the 2s. Ooh, well, what if they catch? They caught on Goodra. Okay, nice catch. But I think the play here is going to be pretty obvious. I just want to build back up some energy and come in Licky Licky, because Payback actually does so much damage there. Nice. We catch a Thunder Punch, probably. I was hoping I'd get a rollout sneak through, but I guess I'm not good enough for that. I think my Sand Attack damage has probably put that Empoleon, though, into a range where even a Shadow Ball could be enough to knock him out, which is pretty good. I would imagine they go for just straight Aqua Tails now, just for the pacing. Thunder Punch does do a little bit more raw damage, though, so maybe they go for that. Oh, they do. Okay. Interesting. Back-to-back body slams. If they shield this up, we gotta be careful of an Empoleon catch. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to go for that. Wouldn't be a bad play. But they do let that go. Okay. And then they probably come in now with the Empoleon. I bet... Let me finish my sentence, trainer. I can't believe they just did that. I bet there's a second dragon in the back, is what I was going to say. I don't know if there's a way I win this now. That was such a good catch. That was such a good catch. I don't think I can win. How do I play this? It's like the problem is, I have to shield here. Okay, at least I get this move off. But I shouldn't have thrown on alignment. I don't win CMP anyway here. That was such a nice catch. They've caught on me twice this game, and I hate them for it. 6. Alright, I mean, I have to let this go. The problem is that Empoleon has so much energy on it. I think Empoleon right now is at... What is it at? It's at 3? And I can't side with this down super easily either. This might even be a Dragon Claw. Like, if they have a Dragon Claw, it's so over. It's Brutal Swing, okay. I mean, it's still over, but, like, it's, like, slightly less completely over. but it is very much over. My fast move pressure just... It's non-existent. If I could have side-waved this down before the second move, maybe there would have been a chance, but man, they have outplayed me so hard this game. Yeah, I don't know why I'm playing this one out. All top left. They got me. 2 catches. Incredible. Honestly incredible by them. The catch on the payback was honestly less devastating as the Shadow Ball catch, but if I would have got the shield, then I might have had a chance with that Shadow Ball into the Empoleon, but well played. Ooh, Distinct. You know, sometimes he plays some spicy stuff. We'll see what he's running here. Corvin to A-Slash. Not, like, super spicy, but it isn't a Pokemon you see too often. I normally see this paired with, like, Jellicent and Feraligatr, but knowing him, it's probably like a Lurantis in the back, so we'll see. Okay. That's fine. I was probably going to stay in here anyway. ABA Steel is a choice. It's not the choice I would have made, but it's the choice that he's made. Honestly, that energy on the A-Slash is going to be very hard to take down. Okay, they Gigaton Hammer. I'm going to Air Cutter here to try to fish for a boost, I guess? I don't know, man. Why did they have to catch? That was so annoying. No boost. Okay. I know I'm catching a Gigaton Hammer, but mainly what I wanted to do there, it wasn't so much about catching as it was about sneaking that rollout. Because now that gives me a little bit of an energy initiative. And A-Slash comes back in. Okay. I think we're kind of back in it a little bit. Obviously, it is on Powder Snow, so the fast move pressure is going to add up. But I have fast moved this into a range where potentially a Shadow Ball could be enough to knock out over time. Okay. And, like, if they go down as shield here, at the very least, that means that I can get shields down. I can try to pay back this later on, too, if I have to. Let's see what he does, though. Shadow Ball's gonna hurt. Like, it's gotta be a water type in the back, right? There's no way you don't have, like, a Feraligatr as the third. Okay, maybe a terrible play to go for a bait right now, but I think when you're behind, sometimes you have to go for insane plays like this. Nice, we get a shield. He miscounts. He miscounts, and we get the payback! That's like back-to-back Ice Punches sniped down from this Alolan Sandslash. Oh, wait, he actually survives on 1 HP, but 1 Sand Attack knocks out. Okay. Don't get ahead of myself just yet, right? Tinkaton comes back in. Do I get an Air Cutter? I should, right? And then maybe I can farm down? It's gonna come down to the wire here, if I can farm down or not. Zapdos? Okay, I think we just win. Because, like, what's Zapdos gonna do? And Drill Peck me? I dare ya, buddy. Drill Peck me. Zapdos is actually a really cool Pokemon. The only problem is, nowadays, it runs Heat Wave, right? So, there's no nuke move that it runs. I survive any move it throws. Although that Drill Peck did hurt quite a bit, not gonna lie. But now I just go for the foul play here. I Psywave down, and I should just win the game straight up. Okay, that's a crazy team. You know, I told you, Distinct, he runs crazy Pokemon. I honestly was not expecting the ABA steal, but GG's. And with that, is that a 4-1? Yeah, just a 4-1. No 5-0, but a 4-1's still pretty cool. One day I'm going to get a shiny Honedge from GBL. I'd be so happy if I got that. 2950. That is a good climb. I absolutely love this duo. Corviknight is such a great lead Pokemon. It's pretty bulky, pretty spammy. Anything Malamar doesn't want to see, Corviknight likely has some play into. And these two Pokemon together, once you set up Malamar with a shield advantage or an energy lead, they put in so much work. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.